Are you ready to be great? Stop letting self-doubt, insecurity, and fear prevent you from building your business. This morning, wake up to success. Here's John Preston.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on Wake Up to Success. Today, we're going to start a series of podcasts looking into the concept of deep work. Perhaps you call it getting into the zone, or perhaps you can best relate it to that feeling you got in college when basically you kick the can down the road on that term project until you're down to the last few hours, and then you're able to buckle in, forget the rest of the world existed, and get it done. That is that deep work state. Now, ironically, in today's world, deep work is very, very hard to find because there's so much chaos going on around us. There's so many things that distract our time that it's very difficult for us to get into that deep state of work. Now, the irony is that's also created a tremendous opportunity for folks who are capable of getting into that state, because it allows you to be super productive and it'll take your business and your success to places that it wouldn't go otherwise. So we're going to really take a close look over the next few podcasts about this deep work concept and how it can help you get to where you want to be in your dreams. The first thing you need to understand is there's a significant difference between the word business and busyness. Often we get caught up in busyness when we're trying to run our business. And what do I mean by that? I mean, all of these things that we do, checking emails, checking texts, going online, looking up stuff, all of those things are busy work that may seem important. And it's not that they're not important, but they just need to be controlled and kept in their place, because otherwise they can prevent us from doing the things that are important for growing our business. Now, the first thing you need to understand when you're looking about creating the state of deep work is that we are not capable of multitasking. That is something that we've kind of created and think we can work on multiple things at once, and it just doesn't happen. What happens is we work on one thing for a couple minutes, then switch to another thing, and then switch back to the first thing, and then go to a third thing, and we call that multitasking, when in fact, we're really just working on one thing at a time, just in very small intervals. And what happens is there's this thing called attention residue. And what that means is when you jump from one task to another one, especially if that first task is not completed, you carry with it a level of attention. Your mind can't simply shut that off. So when you're working on your new task, you keep coming back to that first task. And so what happens is you end up not being able to do any of them very effective. Now, Gary Keller in his book, The One Thing, goes into this as well, about you really need to develop the skill for working on one thing at a time and focusing on that one thing. And so you can hit this deep work. Now, the goal here ultimately is to produce optimum productivity. The more productive you can become, the faster you're going to grow your business, the faster you're going to grow your sales, and the faster you're going to get to where you want to be. Now, I'll tell you, getting into a state of deep work and really accomplishing your maximum productivity is not easy. It is not for everyone. And in fact, most people aren't capable of doing it, not because they don't have the skills, but just simply because they don't want to do the hard work. Now, I'm assuming since you're watching this podcast that you have the drive to achieve the success you want to achieve. And in order to do that, you're willing to do the hard work to get into this deep state of productivity. It happens with every business. It happens with every single person trying to accomplish something. The more you're able to get into this deep state of work, the more you can get done. So we're over the next few episodes, we're going to look at ways to get into this deep state. We're going to talk about avoiding distractions. We're going to talk about training other people so they don't interrupt you as much as possible. And we're really looking to help you achieve this deep state of work, because that's when your greatest productivity is going to occur. And that's also when you're going to see these evolutionary jumps in your success.